Hello and welcome to this session on Database Management Systems, in short DBMS. Let's have an introduction to DBMS. Database refers to a collection of electronic records that could be processed to produce useful information. The data can be accessed, modified, managed, controlled and organized to perform various data processing operations. The data is typically indexed across rows, columns and tables that make workload processing and data querying efficient. There are different types of databases: object oriented, relational, distributed, hierarchical, network and others. In enterprise applications, database involve mission critical, security sensitive and compliance focused record items that have complicated logical relationships with other datasets and grow exponentially over time as the user base increases. As a result, these organizations require technology solutions to maintain, secure, manage and process the data stored in databases. This is where DBMS comes into play. DBMS refers to the technology solutions used to optimize and manage the storage and retrieval of data from databases. DBMS offers a systematic approach to manage databases via an interface for users as well as workloads accessing the databases via apps. The management responsibilities for DBMS encompass the information within databases. The processes applied to databases such as access and modification as well as the logical structure of the database. DBMS also facilitates additional administrative operations such as change management, disaster recovery, compliance and performance monitoring, among others. In order to facilitate these functions, DBMS has the following key components. The first one is the software. DBMS is primarily a software system that can be considered as a management console or an interface to interact with and management databases. The interfacing also spreads across real-world physical systems that contribute data to the backend databases. The operating system or OS, networking software and the hardware infrastructure is involved in creating, accessing, managing and processing the databases. The second one is the data. DBMS contains operational data, access to database records and metadata as a resource to perform the necessary functionality. The data may include files with such as index files, administrative information and data dictionaries used to represent data flows, ownership, structure and relationships to the other records or objects. The third one is the procedures. While not a part of the DBMS software, procedures can be considered as instructions on using DBMS. The documented guidelines assist users in designing, modifying, managing and processing databases. The fourth one is the database languages. In this, these are the components of the DBMS used to access, modify, store and retrieve data items from databases, specify database schema, control user access and perform other associated database management operations. Types of DBMS languages include data definition language or DDL, data manipulation language or DML, database access language or DAL and data control language DCL. The fifth one is the query processor. As a fundamental component of the DBMS, the query processor acts as an intermediary between users and the DBMS data engine in order to communicate query requests. When users enter an instruction in SQL language, the command is executed from the high-level language instruction to a low-level language that the underlying machine can understand and process to perform the appropriate DBMS functionality. In addition to instruction passing and translation, the query processor also optimizes queries to ensure fast processing and accurate results. Next is the Runtime Database Manager, a centralized management component of DBMS that handles functionality associated with the runtime data, which is commonly used for context-based database access. This component checks for user authorization to request the query, process the approved queries, devises an optimal strategy for query execution, supports concurrency so that multiple users can simultaneously work on same databases, and ensures integrity of data recorded into the databases. Next is the database manager. Unlike runtime database manager that handles queries and data at runtime, the database manager performs DBMS functionality associated with the data within databases. The database manager allows a set of commands to perform different DBMS operations that include creating, deleting, backup, restore, cloning, and other database maintenance tasks. Database manager may also be used to update the database with the patches from vendors. Next is the database engine. This is the core software component within the DBMS solution that performs the core functions associated with the data storage and retrieval. A database engine is also accessible via APIs that allow users or apps to create, read, write, and delete records in databases. And the next one is the reporting. The report generator extracts useful information from DBMS files and displays it in structured format based on defined specifications. This information may be used for further analysis, decision making, or business intelligence. The following diagram demonstrates the schematic diagram of a DBMS system. DBMS was designed to solve the fundamental problems associated with storing, managing, accessing, securing, and auditing data in traditional file systems. Traditional database applications were developed on top of the databases, which led to challenges such as data redundancy, isolation, integrity, constraints, and difficulty in managing data access. A layer of abstraction was required between users or apps and the database at a physical and logical level. By introducing a technology solution to manage databases in the form of DBMS software, the following key benefits are realized. First one is data security. DBMS allows organization to enforce policies that enable compliance and security. The databases are available for appropriate users as per organizational policies. DBMS system is also responsible to maintain optimum performance of querying operations while ensuring the validity, security, and consistency of data items updated to a database. Second one is the data sharing, fast and efficient collaboration between users. In data access and auditing, controlled access to databases, logging associated access activities allows organization to audit for security and compliances. The data integration, instead of operating islands of databases resources, a single interface is used to manage databases with logical and physical relationships. In abstraction and independence, organization can change the physical schema of database system without necessitating changes to the logical schema that govern database relationships. As a result, organization can upgrade storage and scale the infrastructure without impacting database operations. Similarly, changes to the logical schema can be applied without altering the apps and services that access the databases. Uniform Management Administration, a single console interface to perform basic administrative tasks, makes the job easier for database administrators and IT users. Now let's have a brief on history of database management systems. The sizes, capabilities, and performance of databases and their respective DBMS have grown in order to magnitude. These performance increases were enabled by the technology progress in the areas of processors, computer memory, computer storage, and the computer networks. The development of database technology can be divided into three areas based on data model or structure: navigational, SQL or relational, and post-relational. The two main early navigational data models were the hierarchical model and the codacil model or network model. The relational model, first proposed in 1970 by Edgar F. Cote, departed from his tradition by insisting that applications should search for data by content rather than by following links. The relational model employs sets of ledger-style tables, each used for a different type of entity. Only in the mid of 1980s did computing hardware become powerful enough to allow the wide deployment of relational systems. By the early 1990s, however, relational systems dominated in all large-scale data processing applications, and as of 2018, they remain dominant. IBM DB2, Oracle MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server are the most searched DBMS. The dominant database language, standardized SQL for the relational model, has influenced database languages for other data models. In a hierarchical database, model data is organized in a tree-like structure. Data is stored hierarchically or top-down or bottom-up format. Data is represented using a parent-child relationship. In hierarchical DBMS, parent may have many children, but children have only one parent. The network database model allows each child to have a multiple parents. It helps you to address the need to model more complex relationships like as the orders or parts many-to-many relationships. In this model, entities are organized in a graph which can be accessed through several paths. Object databases were developed in the 1980s to overcome the inconvenience of object relational independence mismatch, which led to the coining of the term post-relational and also the development of hybrid object relational databases. The next generation of post-relational databases in the late 2000s is become known as not only SQL databases, introducing fast key value stores and document-oriented databases. A competing next generation known as New SQL databases attempted to new implementation that retained the relational or SQL model while aiming to match the high performance of not only SQL compared to commercially available relational DBMS. In 1960s, navigational DBMS introduced the term database coincided with the availability of direct access storage from the mid 1960s onwards. The term represented a contrast with the tape-based systems of the past, allowing shared interactive views rather than daily batch processing. The Oxford English Dictionary cites a 1962 report by the System Development Corporation of California as the first to use the term database in a specific technical sense. As computers grew in speed and capability, a number of general-purpose database systems emerged. By the mid of 1960s, a number of such systems had come into commercial use. Interest in the standard began to grow, and Charles Bachman, author of one such product, the Integrated Data Stores or IDS, founded the Database Task Group within CODASIL, the group responsible for the creation and standardization of COBOL. In 1971, Database Task Group delivered their standard, which generally became known as the CODASIL approach, and soon a number of commercial products based on this approach entered the market. 1970s, a relational DBMS. Edgar Code worked at IBM in San Jose, California in one of their offshoot offices that was primarily involved in the development of hard disk systems. He was unhappy with the navigational model of the CODASIL approach, notably the lack of a search facility. In 1970, he wrote a number of papers that outlined a new approach to database construction that eventually culminated in the groundbreaking a relational model of data for large shared data banks. Integrated approach. In the 1970s and 1980s, attempts were made to build database systems with the integrated hardware and softwares. The underlying philosophy was that such integration would provide higher performance at lower cost. Examples were IBM System 38, the early offering of Teradata, and the Britton Lee include database machine. Another approach to hardware support for database management was ICL's CAFS accelerator, a hardware disk controller with programmable search capabilities. In the long term, these efforts were generally unsuccessful because specialized database machines could not keep pace with the rapid development and progress of general purpose computers. Thus, most database systems nowadays are software systems running on general purpose hardware using general purpose computer data storage. However, this idea is still pursued for certain applications by some companies like Netezza and Oracle. Late 1970s, SQL DBMS. In IBM started working on a prototype systems loosely based on codes concepts as System R in the early 1970s. The first version was ready in 1974-75 and work then started on multi-table system in which the data could be split so that all of the data for a record did not have to be stored in a single large chunk. Subsequent multi-user versions were tested by customers in 1978 and 1979, by which time a standardized query language or SQL had been added. Code's ideas were establishing themselves as both workable and superior to Codacil, pushing IBM to develop a true production version of System R known as SQL DS and later Database 2 or DB2. Larry Ellison's Oracle database or Oracle started from a different chain based on IBM's papers on System R. Though Oracle V1 implementations were completed in 1978, it was not until Oracle version 2 when Ellison beat IBM to market in 1979. 1980s on the desktop. The 1980s ushered in the age of desktop computing. The new computers empowered their users with spreadsheets like Lotus 123 and database softwares like DBase. The DBase product was lightweight and easy for any computer users to understand out of the box. C. Wayne Ratiff, the creator of DBase, stated, DBase was different from programs like BASIC, C, Fortran and COBOL in that a lot of the dirty work had already been done. The data manipulation is done by DBase instead of by the user, so the user can concentrate on what he is doing rather than having to mess with the dirty details of opening, reading and closing files and managing space allocation. DBase was one of the top selling software titles in the 1980s and early 1990s. 1990s object oriented. The 1990s along with a rise in object oriented programming saw a growth in how data in various databases were handled. Programmers and designers began to treat the data in their databases as objects. That is to say that if a person's data were in a database, that person's attributes such as their address, phone number and age were now considered to belong to that person instead of being extraneous data. This allows for relations between the data to be relations to objects and their attributes and not to individual fields. The term object relational impedance mismatch described the inconvenience of translating between programmed objects and database tables. Object databases and object relational databases attempt to solve this problem by providing an SQL that programmers can use as an alternative to purely relational SQL. On the programming side, libraries known as Object Relational Mappings or ORMs attempt to solve the same problem. 2000s and not only SQL and new SQL. XML databases are a type of structured document oriented database that allows querying based on XML document attributes. XML databases are mostly used in applications where the data is conveniently viewed as a collection of documents with a structure that can vary from the very flexible to the highly rigid. Examples include scientific articles, patents, tax filings and personal records. Not only SQL databases are often very fast, do not require fixed table schemas, avoid join operations by storing denormalized data and are designed to scale horizontally. Now let's have a discussion on database management system uses, advantages and disadvantages. Here is the list of some popular DBMS systems: MySQL, Microsoft Access, Oracle, PostgreSQL, DBase, FoxPro, SQLite, IBM DB2, LibreOffice Base, MariaDB, Microsoft SQL Server, etc. Now let's have a discussion on advantages of DBMS. DBMS offers a variety of techniques to store and retrieve data. The DBMS serves as an efficient handler to balance the needs of multiple applications using the same data. Uniform administration procedures for data, and application programmers never exposed to details of data, representation and storage. A DBMS uses various powerful functions to store and retrieve data efficiently. And DBMS offers data integrity and security. The DBMS may offer plenty of advantages, but it has certain flaws. First one is, a cost of hardware and software of a DBMS is quite high, which increases the budget of your organization. Although DBMS system is useful, it is not recommended when you do not have the budget of the expertise to operate a DBMS. In such cases, Excel or CSV or flat files could do just fine. Now, let's have its importance of database management system in education. The classical way to store and analyze empirical research data in social science and education research is a program application. Excel and SPSS are typical examples. Data is stored in generic formats and analyzed with specific program scripts. For example, binary or text-oriented memory formats are usual. This procedure is suitable if only small quantities as well as little branched measurement data have to be analyzed and treated by one or few researchers. However, this system is problematic whenever many people work simultaneously on data sets in uploading, editing and analyzing. Data have widely branched dependencies, complex questions, complex query and analysis methods are required, and if Excel and SPSS are overwhelmed with the storage and display of large data sets. This requires a change in the classical analysis path, where Relational Database Management System or RDBMS can offer solutions. A research project on teaching quality of university instructor is used to show the applicability of the database management systems. In this contribution, we present a new way for better, easier, faster and more valid storage and analysis of research data. In addition, we present a self-test to check the need for the use of databases in different research areas. In the research project, we actually store 30 million records in approximately 300 variables. This is required because of the branched dependencies we previously addressed. The total sample contains data from 44 lectures by 43 instructors, that is, male is equal to 55.8% and female is equal to 44.2%. The number of participating students per lecture varies between n is equal to 10 and n is equal to 124 students. The total sample of the student participants contains 1714 individual details. In the pre-test of the project, an average of 70 minutes of the lecture of every instructor were filmed with 3 cameras. Every student filled in multiple questionnaires about the lecture, the instructor and about attractiveness of the lecturer. After this, up to 5 student research assistants analyzed the videos based on 72 categories. With a DBMS, it was possible to store, manage and aggregate the data without the need of a dedicated data center. Considering the steadily growing amount of heterogeneity of data in questionnaires, video, sensor data, interviews, DBMS offer innovative, efficient and future-proof data analysis opportunities in the whole domain of psychological and educational research. Minimal data redundancy due to separate tables and relations, improved data consistency and data accessibility, multiple users as well as program data independence are possible. Now, let us summarize what we have discussed so far. We have started with a database is a collection of related data which represents some aspect of the real world. Database Management System, also known as DBMS, is a software for storing and retrieving users' data by considering appropriate security measures. DBMS provides security and removes redundancy. DBMS has many advantages over traditional flat file management system. End users, application programmers and database administrators are the type of users who access a DBMS. DBMS is widely used in banking, airlines, telecommunication, finance and other industries. 4 types of DBMS systems are: first one is the hierarchical, second one is the network, third one is the relational and fourth one is the object oriented database management systems. DBMS serves as an efficient handler to balance the needs of multiple applications using the same data. Cost of hardware and software of a DBMS is quite high, which increases the budget of your organization. Thank you for watching this program. Have a nice day.